Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Richie Unicorn Caller here, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. We are finally back. What a very long week that was. I'm just so glad the vacation was over. All I want to do is literally just sit in my chair and make some Wiz content for you guys. Literally, the mosquitoes out there are insane. Again, super glad to be back. And also, welcome to new faces, all the new subscribers. Glad you came on board to the channel. So, yeah, let's just jump right into it. First, starting off with all the free codes that we've seen throughout that past week, which was pretty interesting. And so, here was the first code that we did make a video on, or I guess as a little vlog. This was 20 tokens 824, and basically it gives you 5 free 20 tokens, and this was, I guess, released in their little Discord server or anything. But Amaplex said, despite never appearing in the update notes, the new and improved tournaments is set to run through tonight and tomorrow, which was pretty cool. So if you're a big PvP fan, or you're into tournaments, definitely make sure to check that out. But yeah, that's what that code would have gotten you if you did redeem it. I honestly didn't even redeem it. I was just so miserable on vacation. I just didn't even redeem any of the free codes. But yeah, there you go. And yeah, going on from over there, we have the other free code, which came from the KI Live, which was like the 22nd, I believe. And it was a pretty cool KI Live. The Armada returns for the next Pirate 101 episode in Krakatopia. They recommend sticking around in their announcement channels and looking out for something pretty interesting in some amount of time. If you guys don't know, Pirate 101 is getting the next world, or I guess next area, which is Krakatopia, so it's going to look really cool. Of course, you can type in code Super Snack Packs 824. Most of these codes are probably already like expired, but I'll still post them in the top pinned comment and description if you just wanted to try your luck. They might not be expired, I don't know. And there was also another code as well. I think it was like Pony or something like that. And this was actually funny, but during the KI Live, people were noticing that it said a permanent mount for something like Pirate 101 or something like that, which is pretty funny because when you actually log in and you redeem that code, obviously, it was still just a one-day mount. So that was a kind of a funny little bug or mishap. Everybody was like, oh, a permanent mount, and, thought that would be a perfect time to clickbait y'all. Even when I'm on vacation. But yeah, it was just a one-day mount as per usual. KI Lives typically always have a one-day mount code, which I usually skip because I just kind of consider those like spam. They used to do like 7-day mounts back in the day, but they don't do those anymore. And then they also have the, pack code per usual, or just something else in general, which is usually the better free code to redeem. Unless you want to stack up on one-day mounts, feel free. But yeah, usually I just redeem the second one. But yeah, there are your free codes, which are most likely expired, but again, I'll leave that in the top comment if you wanted to talk about that. And then over here, we gotta talk about the general news. And the general news has a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of reminders, and also patch notes. So yeah, this is gonna be great. If you just wanted the free codes, I mean, there you go. But yeah, we're just going to check this out real quick. So, going over here, we have the update, which came out the 21st. Now, this is a pretty interesting update, and it kind of has some highlights to it. So, the shared bank will no longer allow transfers of reagents over 999. Any existing reagents over 999 will still remain. They just won't show with the 999 indicator. This is to solve the issue of players destroying reagents accidentally. The backpack limit is still separate. This is for the shared bank. And I heard a few people from my Discord server say that apparently the shared bank is still very wonky. It's still just really clunky. The shared bank in general, I feel like the bank has just been really wonky ever since they've added in that new UI, I think years ago or ages ago. It's just been like very, very wonky. So I don't know if it's a coding issue or what, but if you guys see any other bank issues or bugs or whatever it is, feel free to leave a comment below, because I've been seeing all kinds of issues pop up. People have a problem, I guess, transferring some jewels, or I guess it's no trade or something like that. Like, I have no idea what's going on with that. But yeah, hopefully they just keep on looking at that. Just keep recoding or doing whatever it is. I don't know. But they changed the Morganth rematch recipes to use Perfect Onyx. Okay, pretty cool stuff. Under-leveled characters can no longer join rematches. Huh, interesting. That's an interesting one. We kind of go back to this whole topic about, like, you know, level gating stuff. And I guess that kind of sucks if you're an underleveled, I guess, person. It says that underleveled characters can no longer join rematches. So I don't know if that's, I would imagine that's not a good thing for underleveled characters, because it means that, well, obviously you can't participate. But yeah, I don't know, that sucks. So yeah, we'll see what happens in the future. The illustrious attire now has a proper set icon in the crown shop. The Krakatopia art book now has a correct name. Wait, did it not have a correct name? It's like we're finally getting the summer update, even though school people are going back to school, and the summer, you know, like, summer's almost over. All right, what else? Some stability and crash fixes. That's always pleasant to see, especially talking about the whole PvP problem that we talked about, I think, like 2 weeks ago, especially when you're crashing and then you get that added on infraction. So, you know, it's always nice to see some stability and crash fixes here and there, you know, and not just for PvP, but just in general. It really does suck to, like, crash mid-game or middle of a raid or something like that, you know. So, you know, that's always good to see. Hopefully they just keep on working towards that. Now, this is for advanced content, and this is a lot, because they banned a lot of treasure cards. So recruits no longer receive rewards for losing a PvP match. I don't know how good that is, but good luck for that. I think that's kind of like going on the topic about boosting accounts. I don't know. I'm not a PvP nerd, guys. I'm sorry, but hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully you guys in the comments can let me know. They banned a handful of treasure cards and item cards from advanced content. And this is a lot of treasure cards, so let me just swallow real quick, because this is a lot. So the treasure cards that are banned now are Blizzard, Clanker, Dudaga, Ember Everburn, Crocopatra 4-pip, and then Crocopatra 5-pip, Midnighter, Oni No Death, Oni No War, Sparking Stormzilla, Spectral Blast, Supernova, Tomuji, and Woodwalker. The item cards that have been banned are the Hydra from the pet, Icebird item, Lord of Winter pet, Lord of Winter item, Spectral Blast item, and they also banned the top path of Spectral Blast from Advanced. So those are all of your spells that are completely banned from advanced content. You will no longer be able to use them in advanced content. You can still use them in traditional PvE and stuff like that, you know, going up against bosses and whatnot. But, you know, in terms of advanced content such as PvP, challenge mode, and, of course, raids, you will no longer be able to use those spells. So get cooking. Hopefully you guys have fun with that. But that was basically the update for August 21st. Now, going over from over here, we got some other news, and this talks about the PvP tournament revamp update, which has been silently added to the summer update patch notes. So we're finally getting the summer update, which is nice, and we'll read a few of the notes. I mean, pretty much the same thing as usual. We're kicking things off with the return of the official tournaments. So one of the key changes is that tournaments will no longer be available at any time of the day, any day of the week. Instead, we want to build excitement around upcoming tournaments for the players and spectators. We have a lot of exciting changes coming this summer, as well as in future updates. If you're excited to test your PvP prowess in tournaments, read on. You can get 20 tokens. This is what we talked about. The first change we'd like to discuss is the introduction of a new in-game currency that you will use to register for all tournaments. 20 tokens. You can get 20 tokens from a variety of free-to-play sources, including the PvP Battle Pass, which pretty nice, and occasionally from other loot sources. And if you do well enough in your tournaments, we'll give you your 20 tokens back so that your next tournament entry is paid for. During test round, you can purchase 20 tokens at the Hephaestus price, blah, 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 blah. We already know that. New PvP rewards, we talked about that. They have a bunch of stuff. This is like kind of your last reminder to get some of like the old rewards. So make sure that you are claiming in some of your old rewards. If you want to read the full, patch notes or test round notes, you can check this all out now that they finally added it in to the Cabal's Revenge Raid update, thank goodness. So yeah, you can check all of that out. And of course, we talked about the new gear that is also available if you are doing PvP. I love the stars and the moons and all that stuff, pretty cool stuff. So again, make sure to check that out, and of course all the other updates and stuff like that. Now going over from over here, this is the this is the community newsletter, August 2024. You want to check all that stuff out, check out all your content creators and artists and all that fun stuff. Make sure to check that out. A reminder that the Devim plushie is wrapping up very soon. You got 2 days to get this, okay guys? And so far it's been selling amazingly. It looks like everybody loves him. Remember that you get that bonus in-game item, so again, make sure to check that out. It's a nice little Devim plushie housing item for Wizard101. So again, make sure to check that out because you got 2 days left. So if you're a housing collector, make sure to check that out. And then over here, a reminder that Ravenwood Academy, a Wizard101 story game, is available on Steam. You can add it to your wish list. And it's actually interesting because I think somewhere, I don't have it up here, but they did mention that there is going to be a playable demo of this at PAX, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But I did see that pop up on my feed, and I was like, oh, that's going to be cool. So if you're ever at PAX, I forgot which PAX it was, but yeah, if you're doing, game conventions or whatever, and you see their booth, make sure to check that out because that will be pretty cool. So again, make sure to check that out. And then over here, we actually have something new, which is really interesting. We have the Beekeeper's Bundle, which is available in the online cart for $29. Be buzzworthy with the new Beekeeper's Bundle. So the bundle includes the Beehive Table interactive housing item, select seeds like this housing item, okay, which is pretty cool. You get the Bee Swarm mount, pretty nice. You get the Queen Bee Pet. You get the Beekeeper's Outfit, which goes to level 0 to level 170 available. You got the Beekeeper's Hive Weapon, level 0 to level 170. And you also have the Beekeeper's Honeysickle Weapon, level 0 through 170. And you get 5,000 crowns. That's pretty cool, and it's a pretty cool bundle. The one thing that interested me was this interactive table housing item, and I saw some pictures of people posting like the drops, and apparently it gives agave leaves, which is pretty cool, and also just some, I think, random, gardening treasure cards, which are pretty cool. So yeah, this is a pretty solid bundle. I was actually tempted to really get this, but right now I've just been shredding money. Nobody knows how to just leave me alone. My one friend wants to go to a baseball game. I'm just like, dude, I already went to a baseball game. I'm trying to save money. But yeah, make sure to check this out. This is available on their website. So yeah, check that out. And then over here, a reminder that you got the Floating Lands Resort Bundle, which we talked about throughout the month. Yeah, this is a pretty cool bundle as well. It's a shared bundle between Power 101 and Wizard 101, so you get the items for both games, so make sure to check that out. We also got the Peppergrass Glen Bundle, which is also available. Make sure to check that out on Wizard101.com. You already know the vibes. And then over here, we have the monthly event calendar, which tells you about all the events. Today is the last day to participate in the Pet Promenade event. I wish I could have, I wish I could have done this event, but I was on vacation being miserable. We also have Beastman Monster Mayhem at Mirage, which is also the last day for that. And then tomorrow, we have the Spiral Scene. This is the Castle Tour one, where you're visiting all the castles and stuff like that. And then we also have the Bug of Peril, which I want to hope that it's like fixed, but if we're being realistic here, there's probably gonna be a lot of strange things going on. And we also don't know if it's gonna be the Fantastic Voyage Gauntlet again, because I know that's like one of the fairly newer gauntlets that they put in there, or if it's gonna be something else. I would imagine that's probably gonna be the Fantastic Voyage Gauntlet again. And then hopefully by the next time they launch the Portal Apparel event, it could be maybe something else. I don't know how like they cycle through the gauntlets, but we'll see what happens. And hopefully we don't get too many Deweys. This racket will not be tolerated. That quote spamming in my eardrums, like I literally have to turn down the volume just because it's it's a mess. But we'll see what happens, though. I will be participating in this event because I do need some spellments for raiding, because I've been setting up all this raid gear, but like nobody's available to raid anymore. Like Monday through Friday, everybody is busy with work, school, or other stuff, right? And we can never do Sunday because Sunday is basically the day before, you know, the start of a new week. So the only hypothetical day that we always go raiding is Saturday, but now it's starting to get to the point where people aren't even going to be available for Saturday. So I don't know, guys. This guild, it's hard raiding in this guild. I just highly recommend finding a more accessible guild that raids more frequently or has more availability with the raiders, because I mean, I'm available most like every day, but like getting like 11 other people in general for the same exact day, it is very difficult, especially when you're concerning time zones and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think my raiding days might be coming to a close, unfortunately. But let's talk about the Simmering Summer event, which is still available. It's going to be available all the way through September 22nd, so make sure to check that out. And a reminder that the Summer Scroll of Fortune is wrapping up as well. August 31st is the last day for that. I would imagine that very soon they would enable the double points for the scroll points. So do make sure that you are, you know, doing this and getting all those nice little free rewards and premium rewards if you got the premium pass. And then reminder, you got the Fanciful Fairy Kai Horde Pack, which is available, so make sure to check that out. And as always, we got the KI store. They have some awesome stuff, from tote bags and shirts and hats and mugs and cups and all that stuff. So make sure to check all of that out. And then there's nothing over here. That's just what I picked up on Twitter. I do want to give some of my content creator friends a shout out. This is from HJJ. They did a video talking about, you have to watch this before playing Wizard101. And he goes in depth about all the new stuff that's been happening with Wizard101, concerning the school pips, Roshambos and Gambits and stuff like that, and the key bosses and whatnot. You know, he does a lot. He's definitely good. Make sure to subscribe to him. And then also, the awesome Zephyr posts a video talking about a updated guide to stone skeleton keys, which I definitely do have to farm some stone skeleton keys, just because, oh man, I gotta get those mastery amulets, man. That Darkmoor mastery amulet is very difficult to get. So make sure to check out HJJ and Zephyr. Make sure to subscribe to them and check them out. And as well to support all of your other fellow content creators that you love. And now, finally, I have been waiting for this moment for quite some time on the channel. For years, we have been waiting for this. It went ghost for a while, but now we finally have a little bit of, like, I guess, news concerning a potential console port for Wizard101. And I am not joking, guys. When they found this in the files, I jumped. I was like, hey, yo, will I actually be able to play Wizard101 on the PlayStation 5? That we are about to answer right now. Going over here from our trusty handy dandy Atmoplex, they can confirm that Wizard101 is being released on console possibly quite soon. In today's patch, which they talked about the previous patch, in today's patch, new tech was added that would allow them to identify which console a player is logging into the game with. They also added an internal test interface to use console account, which, yo, I did not, bro, if you would have told like little kid me from like 2012 that you can play Wizard101 on console, I wouldn't even believe you, because this is probably like the biggest news. I can't tell you guys how much I really wanted to make a video when I first heard this news drop. I just wanted to go home so quickly. Like, this is, I don't think a lot of people understand how massive this is. And of course, with that being said, there is a ton of stuff to be worried about, okay? So just sit back for a little bit and save your comments for the end of the video, because you might get your question answered, or at least your theory, I guess, sort of answered, because again, there is a lot to be excited about and also a lot to be afraid about, because we've seen how, you know, updates like these usually go. There's always going to be bugs and glitches, right? But the question is, what kind of features are we going to have? And I wanted to go back over here that note that they began adding controller support for Xbox and PlayStation earlier this year, so it looks like they're focusing more on Xbox and PlayStation. Sorry, Nintendo Switch and mobile devices, I don't know if they're working on that anytime soon. For some reason, there is doubt on this post, so let me clarify. They duplicated the internal login GUI. For this, it currently cannot be accessed for as far as we know. Here's the new identification tech, as well as a second screenshot, little preview behind the scenes for you, which is pretty cool. You know, it's always nice to see what goes on behind the scenes. But I wanted to talk about this because this is, again, there is a lot to be excited about, but there is a lot to be afraid about. And here's the thing, right? Here, let me switch the screen off real quick. That I've been playing this character. I've been playing this character for 10 years, right? I literally grew up with this character, right? I've met so many nice people, a lot of mean people, a lot of ignorant people, but I played this game for years, okay? So, if there is not that one feature where you can use an existing account, it's done. It is like literally, I don't even care if it runs bad on console. I don't care if the frames are locked at like 20 frames per second. I don't even know if 20 frames per second is even like, is that real? Like, is that like actual a thing? Like, locked to the frame rates, I don't care. I don't even care if the graphics are like in 720p. Like, I don't even care if it's in 360p. But please, when I tell you, if we please just let players, please allow players to connect to their already existing account that they have been playing for literal decades, or a decade. Game hasn't been out for that long, I don't think, but for over 10 years, please. Because I remember when the Steam happened and, you know, Steam launched, everybody was like, oh, you know, can't wait to, you know, play Wizard101 on Steam. And then they said, oh, you can't use an already existing account for Steam. You have to create a new account through Steam. And I'm like, I saw the reviews were like negative, thumbs down and stuff like that. And I was like, that was a big fumble, because again, and of course you could technically do it on Steam, something with files or something like that. But personally for me, I don't do that stuff with the computer. I don't touch sensitive files or whatever. I don't want to abracadabra Richard Unicorn Caller into pixels or anything like that. So I personally don't touch it, but man, it would be really devastating if that wasn't on launch, right? And Warframe, I think it took Warframe like 3 years to kind of implement it. And I know it takes a lot of games a very long time to add like cross progression and stuff like that. But I feel like that would be a really, really big, and especially for consoles, right? I mean, you're stepping into a bigger environment, right? This is like not a bigger environment, but you're stepping into a new community of console players. So if you don't allow them to use their already existing accounts, because sometimes I don't even like playing on my laptop. Like, I would stream this game 24/7 if it wasn't on the laptop. Like, I really don't like live streaming on my laptop at all. I don't. I like that I have 2 monitors, but do y'all not see the size of my TV? Do y'all not see the PS5 in the background? I'm not even trying to flex right now. Like, that's what I play. That is the game I play. Can you imagine putting Wizard101 on a flat screen? I could do it on my laptop, but then I gotta drag my laptop and plug it in the TV, and I don't want to do that. And I also don't have a desktop because I move around so much. I'm moving around, feeding the kids, changing poopy diapers, right? I'm mobile, bro. I'm mobile. So if they don't allow I don't know, they have to. I feel like they have to. Now, concerning the performance of the game and stuff like that, a lot of people did mention they had at least some skepticism about how well it is going to perform, how you're going to navigate your spells or a spell book or your backpack and stuff like that, And I'm sure they already figured out ways to do that because this has been in development for a very long time. But again, it's one of those really scary things where, there is a lot of things that could go wrong, So that's why I'm kind of like staying calm about it. Like, I'm happy that it's finally getting worked on, but at the same time, I am very afraid. I'm very scared, I would love to play Wizard101 on this same character on my PlayStation. That would be awesome. I would actually live stream the game more, but if it's one of those things where I can't, oh man, can you imagine gardening? I wonder like what gardening is gonna be like on the console. Like, what if you have like a 69 plot of like couch potatoes and like you cast one of the gardening spells? Are they gonna like freeze the game? Like, would it crash my PS5 and I would have to reload the app? Like, what would happen, These are some of the things. What if you go raiding on the console? Like, what if you do the raids? Like, I don't know how well any of that stuff is going to perform. So, again, it's just one of those things where, they're definitely going to have to, I've been saying it, they're going to have to test it, but, lately with the updates, it doesn't look like much testing really happens, but it is a very delicate situation. So, fingers crossed that on launch, if possible, it could be one of those things where it's not possible, but fingers crossed that there is a way to log in with your already existing played account that we've all been playing for so many years, right? Just fingers crossed for that. I don't care how bad the performance is. I just want to play on the same account. I don't want to play on multiple accounts. The only time I have a multiple account is literally just to throw treasure cards at them. Like, literally, I just use them as treasure card vaults. Like, I'm never going to quest them or anything like that. It's literally a treasure card vault, which that could also be alleviated, right, if you just release the treasure card vault, right? Then I wouldn't have to log in to my other accounts. I could just hoard items. I got gear vaults. I got jewel vaults. I got seed vaults, but no treasure card vault. My life is not complete without a treasure card vault, but they've said it multiple times that they don't want to do it, so I ain't gonna keep poking them for it. But like I said, though, for console players, hopefully you guys are happy. For PlayStation and Xbox players, not sure about Nintendo Switch and all that stuff, but we'll see what happens. But, until then, I don't know. I'm just super duper nervous about it, I'm super nervous about it. Y'all were about to see my DMs and my For You page on Twitter. Y'all were not about to see that. My Twitter page is disgusting. Yeah, no. You almost got me there though. Almost. Good thing for my slow laptop that I didn't load up. But y'all were close. Y'all were close. But yeah, until then, that is pretty much all the news that we have covered. A lot of catching up to do. And of course, I'm excited for the whole console thing. But really just afraid that something is going to mess up. I mean, I'm just fingers crossed. The best we can do is just hope for the best. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I also have a bunch of backlog, like, videos that I still have to upload. I've edited them, but I still have to upload them, so stay tuned for that as well throughout the weekend. Yeah, we're back with the news, guys. It feels great to be back. Sorry for the yapping. I know nobody likes it when I yap or make these super long videos, but I will provide timestamps in the videos so you can just carry on with your day. But yeah, until then, I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day, and if you're going back to school, good luck. Best wishes to everybody, and yeah, until then, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.